Father Derek from the Diocese of Kamloops, and this is part 2 on the series of fishing for people. I want to start off with a story where there is a carpenter who is going to tell a fisherman how to fish. Just imagine that. And so in this story, the fishermen, Peter, James, and John, have been fishing all night long. They caught nothing. They're at the end of their shift, the graveyard shift, and they are tired. They're cleaning their nets, and this carpenter, Rabbi Jesus, comes along, and he's going to tell them how to fish. He says, you know what? Just throw the nets out into the deep. And so, I can imagine, man, do we have to? Sure. Peter's thinking, well, I'll just throw it out and I'll show him how what's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen, right? Of course, he throws it out into the deep, and oh my goodness, they caught so much fish that they couldn't handle it. The boats were at sinking point. And so what's going to happen is that, why did Jesus choose fishermen? Why not rabbis and Pharisees and Sadducees? Why fishermen? Well, fishermen have special gifts if they can learn how to catch fish, then you can relate that to catching people. So you need to have different strategies in catching fish. You have different strategies for catching people. Different lures for catching fish, well, different lures for catching different types of people and at different times of the day. And so Jesus is using the fishermen because what's going to happen is we have to, when we're trying to catch people, we're going to have a different lure for different people. So for example, if I'm dealing with an atheist versus a Buddhist or a Christian non-Catholic versus a fallen away Catholic, I'm going to have a different lure or bait for each one. I'm not going to give them the same lure or bait because they're not going to catch it. It's not tasty. And so maybe for an atheist, I'm not even going to bring the Bible in. Forget about the Bible. Just start with general questions of life, like where am I going in life? Is there life after death? Why is there suffering? Why is there death? Just basic questions of life. Start with that, with that little bait. Maybe for a Christian that's not Catholic, well, start with Jesus. Oh, you love Jesus? Oh, I love Jesus. Hey, start there. And then slowly kind of throw in maybe at the right time something about Mary, or just at the right, not too much, just tease with the right bait. And they might bite, and then you kind of reel them in, and then you let go, so they think they're going to win. Then you reel them in, and you kind of play with them. And then after a while, they get tired, and then they might just be on board. And for a fallen away Catholic, well, you probably have the teachings. Well, you just gotta love them. Well, you gotta love everybody, but just loving them and maybe hearing their story. Maybe they were hurt by the church and they're not practicing or something like that. So with every different person, you gotta have the right bait, the right lure to draw them in. You gotta be patient. You gotta do it at the right time. And so, like a good fisherman, you have to have these strategies. You got your little fishing kit. You could take the right stuff out at the right time. And one other little tip is, if you put just a little bit of salt on your bait or your lure, just a little bit of salt, just so that when they taste it, they thirst for more. But if you put too much salt on it, you burn them. So when you're dealing with people, just put the right amount of salt. Not too much, not too little, just enough so that they thirst for more. Don't burn them. And so that's a real art. The fisherman learning how to fish, whether it's fish or people.